Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News, or rather, another important update on the XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and whatnot prices. Today has definitely been a juicy day, but before we get into all of that stuff, I want to quickly share, guys, that I am doing a $1,000 giveaway today if we hit 46,000 followers over on Twitter. So if you're not following me over on Twitter just quite yet, this might be something you're interested in, but don't feel any pressure, guys. This is just something for fun. We might not even hit it. It's like a little challenge, like a little fun thing. Sometimes we do hit these numbers, sometimes we don't. We will have to see. I just thought it would be a little bit fun to try something like that out. Now, having said that, the crypto market is in a really positive manner, or at least I should say, moving along quite nicely. And to be honest with you, I feel like I prepared you for this rush. And so I will also say, if right now you are not in profit on any of your crypto trades, you better pay even closer attention to my channel, guys. Because I called this out for you. I spelt every single thing here out for you in yesterday's stream. Every single part of this was obvious, and I hope that by you watching these videos, we'll be able, or at least you'll be able to spot these things more often before they happen. Because at the end of the day, that's the goal right here, to get some knowledge about how cryptos move and how to make money along the way. Or actually, like a lot of you guys tell me, how to build wealth along the way, like the real stuff. Not just some money, it's not just some small riches. No, you wanna make some real juice. Then again, Bitcoin up about 5%, Ethereum up about 5%, close to $4,000. Actually, Bitcoin inching closer and closer to $50,000 from that perspective. BNB didn't perform that crazy just quite yet, hovering at about 530 bucks. Of course, USDT is kind of lacking a little bit, as obviously a lot of people are selling that for their crypto right now. Solana is still undervalued, if you ask me, at about $177. XRP hovering about 87 cents. Not too severe, the price is at right now, but overall, this was a really crazy rush. Cardano 124, and of course, Luna and AVAX are also performing rather nicely, like I've been spelling out on the channel here like crazy. So, what did we call about last? So I think our last call out here on the channel was for AVAX, Luna, and Matic. That's like my last video that I made, where I explained to you guys what cryptos I'm bullish on together with XRP. The reason I'm so excited about Luna and AVAX, and I talk about it all the time like that, is mostly because a lot of people are undervaluing them. And I told you all, I think these will be $60 billion market cap rather soon. And right now, Luna's back to all-time high as expected. These cryptos are just juicy. Reason I talk about XRP, same sense, undervalued. People don't understand what the appeal for XRP is right now, or at least why there's such huge appeal. They don't get it. And Polygon, Matic, as said, I think it should have about 1/10 the value of Ethereum, which right now would be about $45 billion or so, which still is times 3, which can happen in no time. It should, if you ask me. That was what we called out yesterday. Those coins are performing the nicest, but let us continue on further. So once more, guys, follow me over on Twitter for more of these updates. Might be nice. And also, guys, we already have about 30 likes. But there's more than 150 people watching right now. So guys, if you could do me a favor, make sure that if you have a YouTube account, you press that like button right now, as it definitely helps the channel out. Then again, let's take a little bit of a look at the XRP price right now, because in the way that I described it yesterday, we are seeing exactly what we expected. Another double top right here. So what we saw yesterday was I said, hey, we got to buy ourselves some XRP right now. It's one of the best moments. Still, every single time we come back to this area, we want to pick it up. We did that yesterday. Even during the stream, we talked about it a couple of times additionally. So if we didn't pick up XP in that area, no worries. Right now, we bounced off of the previous resistance here that we also saw about yesterday morning, so to speak. We bounced right back off, came right back down to this little support area. I guess resistance turned support. And right now, we are most likely going to retest it if Bitcoin keeps staying this bullish. Then again, one of the main reasons why Bitcoin is staying bullish and why I think it's going to keep remaining on like that is because, first of all, we broke out. That's kind of expected. But also because the stock market turned bullish again. Dollar index not doing too nicely, but the stock market turned bullish again. I keep telling you guys, focus on the stock market, and it's so simple to trade Bitcoin/crypto. Almost every single time that the stock market moves down by more than 0.8%, you'll see Bitcoin drop by 5, 7, 8, something like that percent. almost every single day afterwards, we at least see one rebound, and then after that, it's a little bit of a, yeah, we'll have to see. Right? But right now, December is one of the most important months for crypto ever because it's the most important month in the year for the stock market and the equities market, just every market like that. And so right now, once more, guys, told you all yesterday, reversal is coming along. We need to open up some long positions. I think $47,000 Bitcoin was what it was when I talked about that in the stream. If you don't remember anymore, just check back the video, guys. Check back the live stream. Listen carefully to what I said. A lot of people were laughing at our face for saying, no, we're going to go down. I told you all, no, we're going to go up. It's logic. Now, what's going to happen from here? Again, if we're following the pattern, we should actually retest this little level at about 91 cents per XP again, because literally that's the way that things are pointing right now. We're seeing a clear little uptrend on the really short term for XRP. We already did break out as well on the XRP pair. On XRP on its own, we've broken, I don't want to say actually broken out. We've just found some really big resistance, and I told you guys right around this time here that we should be buying our XRP because of the RSI. It looked really beautiful. And every single time it came back to the 77-cent area. This is all in my videos. I've screamed this for weeks now. A lot of you avid viewers know. Buy at 77 cents. Right now, the profit on our XRP buys, this is like the major buy area, is at minimum 14% right now, at maximum about 20%, which again, with some leverage, guys, is 200% on our money, which basically means if we start out with $1,000, we right now could have had $2,000 in profit on the 1,000 we had. But let's actually skip the XRP stuff, right? What I said yesterday, to be exact, was we need to bounce, and I want to bounce, off of the 50 EMA for Bitcoin. So we came to that area. We're all talking about, hey, let's get some, let's get some, let's get some. We did. We bounced off the 50 EMA as it stands right now. And as I said before, it doesn't really matter if this week, to be honest with you, is red or green. A lot of people said they want Bitcoin to close above the $50,000 mark. I said, I don't think it needs to do that. I would prefer it to close above quite a couple of different key levels, but I don't think we need to. We just need to base ourselves above the 50 EMA. That's literally all that we would like, all that we would want to have. And it could be red, could be green, it doesn't matter, as long as you stay above that level. Then again, if we zoom in on Bitcoin, and the reason I show you guys Bitcoin is all because this coin, or I guess, shows what XP is going to do. As we said before, guys, we want to see a breakout candle, like we're seeing right now, and we want to confirm it, which basically means we can actually go to like a 4-hour. We want to see it in the way that we exactly saw it right here. Breakout candle right here. Right? This is not a breakout candle. This is like a trial, so to speak, but it didn't break out. It didn't close above. This is the first breakout candle. This is the confirming candle. This is the one. Usually I like to buy it halfway through, but all right. This is the one where we actually start buying in. So right now, if you're honestly asking me, it is not a crazy risky move to buy Bitcoin from the perspective that we've finally broken out after a very long while and we got our proper confirmation. If you want it to be stronger, though, again, the higher time frame you go, the more accurate it gets. And so, for example, right now, waiting for a daily confirmation, waiting for a daily green candle, hopefully also above $49,000, preferably above $50,000, but you guys get the deal, right? We really prefer to be above the 200 EMA for everything to be extremely bullish, but I digress. Right now is already a really good area to buy in still. Even though we're already back to 49,000 from 45,000 yesterday, it's still not that crazy because as it looks, we've got ourselves a nice little reversal. And it's not too crazy if we're actually going to take out all these $69,000 levels and whatnot. A lot of my friends opened on their YouTube accounts hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of long positions yesterday. Told you guys all about the same. However, we should keep in mind, guys, and this is one of the most crucial points, we should all keep in mind that even though we got ourselves a really nice reversal, a really nice breakout on Bitcoin just now, it's perfect in any way, shape, or form, there's one looming little danger. I'm going to be honest with you, there's one of them. And that can be split up into a couple of different parts. The most important part being, we could get a little push to the face, a little slap to the little slap to the face like that. As guys, some people I have checked out over on the interwebs, right, over on TradingView and whatnot, are calling out for a huge Bitcoin crash. To be honest with you, I don't really see it happening in any way, shape, or form because that's not logic. We've just broken out towards the upside. It's just the way that things are supposed to go right now. But some people that I've seen on YouTube, and I sometimes check titles mostly. I don't check the videos too much, but I check titles. I've seen so many people call out a crash for Bitcoin like $20,000 and whatnot. What I've noticed is that there is some inherent fear in the market still. So even though I'd like to call out that I said, we right now got ourselves a breakout finally after a really long while, and things are finally looking bullish again, if you ask me, after, again, a little good while here. There's so much FUD. There's so much uncertainty. Skalatai says, what about that crossing 50 and 200 EMA? So a crossing 50 and 200 EMA can show a death cross or a golden cross. Right here, we had the short term go below the long term, which basically was a death cross. So in this case here, theoretically speaking, right, this is from a 4-hour perspective. We could have decided to short it right there and go along the wave. However, I don't believe in these patterns on the short term. Sometimes it works. Like, for example, here, if we actually consecutively did the buying and selling in regards to the death cross and golden crosses, we would have come out on top. Because here, for example, there was a golden cross, and if we actually did buy, again, relatively, right, we can see the Bitcoin price from there to all-time high was about 45% up. And if we actually sold at the death cross, was right around, let's say right around here, towards the price's lowest, was about minus 20%. So we could have definitely made a lot of money at those points. If you look back into the history of it, on a 4-hour, it's not something you can really hold on to dearly. Again, it will work sometimes, but it's not the highest of the highest accuracy. Then again, the way I'm looking at it right now, actually, guys, I'm going to be honest with you, it's pretty solid. I mean, every single time we got a cross here, it does look to be a really good one. Because here we can see, again, we got ourselves the longer term price overtaking the short term, which is a death cross. We got ourselves, let's say this price right here, medium term. Could have definitely gotten ourselves a couple of juicy gains right here throughout the process. But, yeah, okay. Well, the 4-hour is a little bit more accurate than I actually imagined. Just thinking about it with you guys right now. It's a little bit more accurate than imagined. Then again, here we got ourselves another death cross at these prices. And it could have worked, but it's not too much of a profit. And as I've said before, guys, shorting in a really bull market like we're seeing right now, I'm not doing that. I'm not. Right now, most important level for Bitcoin is going to be right here at about $49.4, $49.3 thousand. My own personal little outlook level. I want to close that above that. To be honest with you, this is all short-term levels, right? All short-term resistances. We want to obviously get above that $50,000 mark because that's the most important psychological barrier. But in terms of, real price action, it really hasn't shown too much severity at that level here if we look back. And I've done that a little bit already earlier today. More importantly is what we're facing right here. And I honestly think, guys, since we got ourselves such a nice bottom on the every single time frame, I do believe we can definitely start building up from here again. I'm keeping in mind the FUD and the uncertainty that I've seen throughout different YouTube videos and that some other Bitcoin bears are trying to install into you. But look at it. As I've said before, guys, we're seeing the exact same pattern happen time and time again. Right now, we've broken out. It's just also the pattern, right? I mean, zoom out a little bit for yourself on Bitcoin. And again, guys, if you're wondering why I cover Bitcoin, it's because it's so important that you recognize what Bitcoin is doing for XRP. Many people called out, it hasn't decoupled. It's just trying to... Doesn't matter. Whatever you state here, it doesn't matter in regards to decoupling because it's still all about Bitcoin. Even though we think it's going to decouple, even though we think XRP can move on its own, it's still going to, generally speaking, follow the trend of at least 50% of the crypto freaking market, right? Bitcoin now is 40% of the market. A couple of coins are going to follow it all along, which basically means if Bitcoin moves towards a certain direction, XRP can have decoupled from a certain perspective, which basically means, hey, if Bitcoin goes up 5%, XP can go down 3%, and vice versa. So if Bitcoin goes down, XP can go up. But it's about the I guess the consistency of something like that. And I generally speak and think that whenever Bitcoin goes up, XP will still do that, and vice versa as well. I think it's mostly on when Bitcoin goes down due to the stock market that XP is not going to follow along with it all the time because it's just not logical. Then again, guys, I still have my long positions open. I am still extremely bullish. And I actually think if we cross a couple of our barriers here soon, I might just have to add even more money to them. Then again, remember, guys, that these are not my only trades. I actually have a Bitcoin trade open as well. And we have another XRP trade. And I believe, let me check my phone here. I believe put the code in. Give me a second. I believe a Matic trade in. Yes, we also have a Matic trade in Matic/Polygon because that's what we called out a little bit earlier. I don't have any long positions on Luna and AVAX open. I just buy them on the spot. I don't actually trade these cryptos with leverage, which I guess maybe I should get into. I haven't really thought about that too much. Maybe I should. But I'm usually trading XRP, Solana I trade quite often, ADA I trade quite often, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Matic. Those are the ones that trade mostly on the Bybit. By the way, guys, Bybit right now has some crazy bonuses. I keep telling you guys about it. This is why I keep talking about it, right? Think about it. Think about it really carefully here. If you can get some of these bonuses, like there's $4,100 worth of them right now. If you can get some of those bonuses and you can trade with that money for absolutely free. Remember, guys, there's 50 times leverage that you can go for, and even 125 on some other pairs. That basically means you can turn $4,000 worth of trading money times 50 to $200,000 of free, basically, trading capital for a little bit. It is so worth it to get those bonuses on these leverage exchanges whenever you can, as that's the money that you can make easy money over with. Somebody says, I sent that bonus over, though. I have no idea what that's supposed to mean. But yeah, also, guys, I'm wondering here, where are you guys all watching from? Because right now it is about, it's like early in the afternoon for me. But I do wonder if some people are watching this like really early in the morning or really late at night. If you guys are, if you guys are over in America or something like that, it's always a little bit funny to check out. And yeah, I'm calling out for a pretty nice bottom here on the Bitcoin weekly, actually. We're facing our bottom at the 0.236 Fibonacci here as well. You can see perfect little rebound. It's so textbook perfect. The pattern is coming along. Everybody can see and sense this. I'm honestly hoping that we're going to continue on in this exact little, I guess, narrative here, as it would be juicy, juicy, juicy. Okay, let's see. We got, isn't that bonus over, though? No, guys. Here, this bonus is completely new, December 9th to January 3rd. And if you use my link, you get a 0.5% additional bonus, which is basically $500. This is a deposit bonus relative to the amount of money you deposit. And there's also a couple of additional bonuses, which is up to $4,100 in total. So it's really crazy. Okay, we got a lot of people from 9 a.m., 7 a.m. You guys are nuts, man. You're watching this at 7 a.m. Okay, Caesar says Miami on a run listening. That is amazing. That is good. I really like to hear that. Can you check XRP? Yeah, of course, we're going to check out XRP right now. However, XRP we have open on our Bybit chart here as we have our trade, which is about $20,000 worth, 25,000 XRP. We put in about $2,000 to get that. We are in about 170% worth of profit, also known as $3,300 on this trade. You might think it's a lot of money, you might think it's no money, but it's what we were opening together on our live stream with money we got for absolutely free. Remember that, guys. I never trade with more than $3,000 to $4,000, maybe sometimes $5,000 on here, because I do it relative to the bonus that we get. To show you guys, hey, if you start out with a couple $1,000s you get for these bonuses, it can definitely go pretty damn juicy. Ooh, Zachary says, I've been up for 2 hours now at 7 a.m. That's really good. Really good to hear that. Waking up early is beautiful. In that sense. Okay, so how XRP has been coming along? We had our little supply zone for XRP earlier, right? We called this out during a couple of different streams where it basically kept. We can actually make this. I'm not sure if making it bigger will help. Actually, we had our supply zone for XRP where we basically called it, hey, we're touching this specific level, I believe, so ridiculously many times that something is about to happen. And so I told you guys as well. Let's see. I believe it's one of these two that we called it. I believe it's this one. We basically hit it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, we're not counting that one. 9, and now for the 10th time. The 10th time is the time where we actually broke out. I was basically saying, hey, it's definitely worth it to add some to our long position the moment we break out of this. And the moment we broke out was right there. We didn't get a confirmation. The moment we actually broke out with confirmation was right here, but the confirmation was relatively high. And so as I said at that point too, you could definitely open up it as well, but it would have only been about 5% worth of profit or so. And I did expect us to actually hit about 93 cents or so. And since we didn't right now, since we came right back to about 91.5, I am still expecting us to hit 93 cents not too long from here if Bitcoin keeps showing the bullish signs. And that's exactly what the reason I said it just now. So if we're basing, by the way, as to why XP is so bullish and there's such a good narrative right now, and why you could call it decoupled, is, in my own opinion, like I expressed during the live stream yesterday, is because we have the Sologenic airdrop coming up. There are so many people incentivized right now to buy XRP, regardless of what Bitcoin does, that I think it's very unlikely that XRP is going to have some negative influx right now. I honestly expect 93 cents to happen within the next 3 days or so if we're following the logic of the Sologenic airdrop. Because it's such a huge amount of free money that people will get, it just makes a whole lot of sense. What's up, Jira? It just makes a lot of sense. Now, by the way, guys, if you're watching this right now and you want to support the channel, let's get to 150 likes right now. We right now are at about You can see it right there. Oh, yeah, we had about 90 likes or so. Let me open that up again. Let me try again. We are at about 95 likes right now. Let's get this to 150, as we have about 275 people watching. Let's get to 150. Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see it. Of course, guys, you already know it helps the videos perform just a little bit better, which is why I always ask you guys to do that. At the end of the day, I don't get money from that. I don't rub it against people's faces or something like that. It just helps it perform. You guys know it. You guys know how it works. And you see, whenever I ask that, people are like, you know what? Indeed, it does help a little bit. Why not? It doesn't hurt anybody. But having said that, by the way, I'm trying to get more and more into Instagram. You guys told me, man, you like my stuff. What is this? Oh, wow. Well, give me a second. Let me actually open up the Instagram again. I just made a little shitty account to show it to you guys, but here we go. All right, perfect. There we go, my account. So the Dusty BC here. Today, Russia limited the natural gas flow to Europe via the Yamal-Europe pipeline even further. We are now close to a record low for 2021. I called this not out because I didn't know this up front, obviously. I mean, I have no psychic powers. But I called it to you guys yesterday saying, hey, because this happened, we're most likely in a really bearish territory right now for a little bit. We saw it in the stocks, and we obviously saw it turn over again because that's usually how these things go. The reason I told you guys earlier as well, be cautious with the bearish narrative, is because of things like this. We have huge inflation, which theoretically speaking is good for Bitcoin, but theoretically speaking is also really bad for the dollar / the stock market right now, could be. And people might eventually turn over that narrative and say, wow, inflation is really so high. Okay, I'm scared now. Let me sell everything. Right now, it's not happening. But we've often seen that these things turn out around really quickly. And I'm going to talk a little bit later, guys, about how billionaires are taking this in. Because, for example, billionaire Ray Dalio advises that crypto is the remedy to inflation, which is exactly the opposite, right? And that's, I think, the most important narrative because it's most logical. That it's just most logical. Then again, we don't know how people react. Obviously, very often they react in crazy ways. Let's get to 150 likes, guys. Make sure you press that button real quick. There we go. We're almost there. This is edging. All right, well, whatever. We got close enough. You guys tried your best. All right, appreciate every single one of you. All right, so Mr. Thugger is saying TP 93 cents. To be honest with you, if you're having a TP at 93 cents, you're playing a risky game right there. Because as we've also seen with levels like this, I would say it's usually more profitable in the longer term. By the way, if you don't have a long position open right now, no worries. But I've been telling you guys this for a really long while here. Like yesterday, I told you all, if you're not opening one here, it's crazy stuff. And right now we are already 5 cents higher. Just telling you guys. We've already, within this last little section that we've been talking, how late did I open the stream? About half an hour ago. Right now it is about, let's see here. I started the stream 22 minutes ago. So let's say about 10 up. So within our last talk here, since we started talking the stream, let's see here. We're already up about 1.5% on our XRP here in the last little, oh no, maybe not. Actually, because I'm seeing now, I'm stupid in my head. This is where we started. I have a 5-minute chart, not a 1-minute chart open. So within our last 20 minutes, it's about 4 candles. So right around here, I guess we started about 10. Dusty, put your face on screen. I thought about it, but I said at 150,000 subs, and we didn't hit that though. So I'm like, maybe not. Then again, I have a couple of really big events coming up shortly that I'm thinking again. It's really not fun when you go to some of these crypto events and you cannot show your face, you cannot talk. Like for example, at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, not being able to go on stage with all of my quote unquote friends, I guess, or all my other crypto YouTubers, it's kind of saddening. Because I do think it's just a fun thing, right? But I'm thinking for right now, it's not necessary. Then again, I thought maybe if we get to 150,000 subs, I'll go for it. Because then I can't really hold myself back anymore. But now, yeah. If you're not subscribed, by the way, guys, make sure you press that button if you enjoy what we post right now. This is the stuff we post every single day. So, oh yeah, actually, if we zoom in here, you can see we also bounce back from this little support level here. Guys, support and resistance trading is so easy in crypto. In Forex, don't ask me, because that stuff is freaking magic. But in crypto, it makes so much sense, is the crazy part. It really does. You'll be surprised as to how much sense it makes in cryptocurrency, and how often it bounces from levels which you just honestly expect it to. Right now, again, our most critical area for the short term is going to be this 91.5 cents, because obviously we charged that twice. So, logically speaking, that's going to be the most important area for right now. Okay? Are we going to get past it? We'll see, because we just had a nice bounce from one of the most important supports here, which is our previous resistance turn support. So we're most likely going to retest, most logical. Then again, theoretically speaking, right, we could have opened up a long position a little bit above this support and put a stop loss a little bit, I would say like right around here, for example, if we wanted this tight one, like a little bit above, or sorry guys, a little bit below some other key levels. Or if we wanted to be really secure with it, we'd have it right all the way down here below anything that we could basically hit. But that's a little bit of a loose stop loss, so to speak. We could only do that with low leverage. Let's see here. Gus says, so you were there for a hero. What are your guys' thoughts on the project? I'm thinking super bullish. So a lot of those metaverse projects like Meta Hero, actually just a lot of them, guys, I've really been extremely bullish about, and I'm just hoarding them because it just makes sense to me. Metaverse is like the most important section right now in crypto because there's the most amount of money to be made in that, I would say. Then again, right now, for example, things like the Sologenic airdrop, they're definitely worth it to get into it. They're definitely worth it to get into. Messi says, can it go to 77 cents? I honestly think, guys, that 77 cents is not something I'm thinking about right now because that's our next level down, so to speak. So for right now, our first supply zone, or I guess demand zone now, supply zone turn demand zone, is going to be this area right here. You can see the little two blue boxes, right? All the little blue lines here are our supports and resistances that are key and integral. These levels are to be gotten, the ones with the little dotty dots. But you can clearly see here, our first box of major price action is the one that we are nearest to. So I guess I'm going to say there that we will have to watch for this level to be hit, broken, or whatever before we can talk about 77 cents, as it's basically the next layer down. For right now, it doesn't really seem logical for us to go back that low. It seems more logical to go to the upside because we had a nice little bounce. Then again, you might add, hey, it's not really supported by volume. Then again, there's also not really much sell volume here. There's mostly buying volume. You can clearly see here, every single time we go up with a lot of volume on the buys, not really too much volume on the sells whatsoever here throughout the journey. It's more logical for the upside right now. Everything is pointing towards up, honestly. We also, once more, guys, broke out. Bitcoin had a breakout. It really had. There's no denying that. Bitcoin broke out. So things are quite bullish. And Brian is talking about the ZLQZAA Launchpad. Guys, I'm giving you so many gems on this YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed, you're missing out. I'm telling you honestly. I told you guys, get into ZLQZAA. Get yourself an account over on Bybit, and if you can, buy some ZLQZAA. Not financial advice, but I was pretty damn certain it was going to go ×4. Where did we end up? ×6 when I took the screenshot. A little bit later throughout the night, ×4, because the price went from 4 cents to 16 cents. We're going to do this time and time again. I'm going to keep sharing with you guys different crypto. Real, I told you guys to buy. SIS, I told you guys to buy. PTU, I told you guys to buy. And every single one of these, you at least quadrupled, I think even quintupled your money on. Gene, I told you guys to buy. I think this one went like ×25 or so. This one is like my best coin, I think. And CBX also did really pretty good. Not too amazing, but pretty good. And time again, guys, we hit these things because whenever I find them, I'm telling you guys whatever is the most profitable way that I think we can use our money. Right now, I would say, honestly, if you're an XRP fan like I am, get into the Sologenic airdrop. Because even though I don't think it's going to be worth that much anymore after the airdrop, it's still free money you can get. So I'm going to be making a guide, guys, in a couple of hours here on how to get yourself into the Sologenic airdrop if you haven't done it yet. And I'm going to look up all different exchanges that are participating, as right now I have absolutely no idea. Because that's free money. And that's, of course, what I want to share over on my channel. Then again, I also have a video planned here to talk a little bit more about the billionaires, what they're doing and what they're thinking. Because I'm also thinking, well, a lot of us in the crypto space are already millionaires, multimillionaires, tens of whatever, right? A lot of people are already. But to get to that billionaire status is a really different method. But more importantly, what those guys are thinking in the end of the day turns the market around quite a lot more than what retail is thinking. Because retail, there's a lot more of those, yes. But they, generally speaking, don't move the market as much. It's usually the bigger guys at the top, right? The multi-billion-dollar hedge funds. Even multi-billion dollars is still a low estimate for some of these hedge funds and how big they are. So I'm thinking as well, maybe I should really be focusing more on those guys. And when I see Ray Dalio, for example, say that crypto is the better method for, I guess, not falling around for the inflation, I think, hey, what are the other billionaires thinking about that? And how are stocks going to react to all those things? Roberto asks, how do we pay tax for all the airdrops? I have no clue. Depends on what country you're in. We have freaking... Guys, let me know in the chat box what country you're watching from right now. We have Elizabeth saying I'm from Australia. We have like a freaking 100 different countries in the chat box at some point. So if somebody's asking me, how do we pay tax? What tax do we pay? Look it up, my friend. How is somebody else supposed to know what country you live in as a first deal? But more importantly, I can't decide your tax. I don't know. That's always funny to me as well. Okay, we got UK, Amsterdam, Greece, India, Norway, USA. See, it's always really diverse, though. I think that's always kind of amazing to see that. There's also, by the way, a jingle bra I noticed on the Bybit exchange right now. There's a little competition going on. Yeah, you can win up to $1 million. I think it's going to be almost nearly impossible to win, though, because you can see how good these guys are. Some guys are literally at 2,800% worth of profit. Yeah, and they're winning a lot of money. 10,000. Hey, these guys are actually trading XRP here. Look at that. A lot of these guys made their juicy gains with XRP. Look at that. And people tell me you can't make money trading leverage, huh? Look at these guys. Literally half of these guys at the top here are trading XRP with more than 1,700% gains on that. That is insane. That's the power of leverage trading. In my opinion, leverage trading is kind of difficult, kind of risky, but if you play it well. And by the way, we talked yesterday about how Ethereum's last line of defense is coming along really short term. It's turning around because we saw that it basically was breaking out towards the downside, but it shifted rather quickly. And I didn't actually think it was going to get respected, but it did. It's coming right back into our little last line of defense, I guess. Or it's bouncing right back to the last line of defense. Just like Bitcoin, Ether is experiencing a lot of weakness over the last couple of weeks. However, ETH is still technically in an uptrend. It is. However, if this bullish trend line breaks, we might face further downside, potentially even the start of a bear market. Today, all eyes are on the FOMC meeting. With bearish news, we will see further downside and trade bearish along stocks, potentially close the week below the trend line. In case of a bullish reaction, it could be the catalyst for a substantial bounce from this trend line. In case we close this week below the trend line, we'll be looking at $3,000 to hold, which would be quite severe. But hey, on a logarithmic or exponential chart, things look a little bit heavier. Then again, it's also logic in the way that right now, once more, I shouldn't call it logic. You guys keep saying that. You guys keep saying don't call it out logic. But I see it in the logical sense that right now we're in such a big bull run. People are creating a certain narrative that things are negative and bad, but in reality, they are not. Crypto is there's so much upside to it, man. And I keep also trying to zoom out and tell people to zoom out and thinking, well, even if we do go down like some people expect, it's all short-term stuff anyway. There's almost no reason I can expect us to be bearish right now. Like a bear run, it doesn't start usually when things are already so uncertain. Usually it starts when people are so ecstatic and think that things can never go wrong. We noticed that in 2021, there's like way more people who think Bitcoin is going to die than in 2020. That's not when you get bear markets. Bear markets happen when people get overzealous, overecstatic, overexcited, and things never can go wrong again. That's when it usually happens. By the way, I need to open like some lights here, some light into the room. Guys, let's get to 200 likes while I open up this little, I don't know what you call it, like a blinder in front of a window. Let some light into the room. Get enough light, get enough water. Guys, if you don't have some water right now, grab some. I always enjoy this stream in the morning, or at least in this case, the afternoon. It's always so refreshing to see you guys all chat in the chat box. We have 350 people watching, which I also think is amazing. It's always cool to see you guys support in that sense, too. Right now, we have a couple of almost 200 likes. Let's wait. Let's get there. Let's get there. Yes, there we go. I think that's good enough. And also, for all of you watching that are new right now, I am doing a pretty big giveaway of $1,000 if we do hit 46,000 followers. I'm going to do some more tweets to maybe get there a little bit closer because right now we're still a ways off. But I might actually do another one for like 45,000 followers because I'm thinking maybe I put the goal a little bit too far away. So we'll see how far we get. If it doesn't get close enough, I might actually go for 45,000 followers. That might be more fun. Because we might... sometimes we do actually get... it's going to be a 50-50. We'll see how it goes. Sometimes we do actually go rather quickly after a couple of hours. So we'll have to see how that one goes. Now let's see how this is coming along. XRP is still coming along rather nicely. Our trade worth $2,000 is still at about $3,500 worth of profit. Doing really, really good in that sense. I'm a little bit sad, guys, that I didn't actually just deposit for you guys to show you all that I'm going to open up a long position here and go even crazier. I'm a little bit sad about that. But as I've said before, the reason I don't do that, the only reason, guys, that I don't show you guys a lot of money is honestly because I think, what is the fun in me showing you guys a $400,000 trade? Where's the fun in that if most people can't replicate that? Just because I am taking more risk or just because I have more money? There's no fun in that sense for me. All I want to showcase here is that if you get these things right, you can definitely make a whole lot of money with any relative sum because it's a percentage game. That's why I like to focus on the percentage here. We're up 186% on our XRP trade and only about 26% on our Ethereum trade, which is still pretty significant though. Still pretty significant. My buy-in areas as a base layer, guys, I keep telling you guys about these two, which I always recommend to people, not as financial advice. You can see we opened this a long time ago, all these buy-in layers, and didn't get hit, but okay. The reason I have those all the time, and I'll keep doing that all the time as well, is because sometimes we get a really big flash crash. Last time we saw that was right around here, December 4th as well, right? You can see here, we basically, after that happened, put up new orders because some of our orders got filled. Like, for example, our 61 cent order, I think. I'm not sure exactly if we had these exact orders open at the time, but you guys get my drift. I always recommend to people, if you're long-term bullish on crypto, get yourself different buys in different layers like this. Because there's a very good chance that if we get another big crash, some of your orders might get hit, might get filled, and then you could get some juicy and extremely cheap XRP or whatever crypto you want buy-in points. It's something that is like one of the keys to getting yourself a good entry at like a ridiculous price. If you have a lot of money to spare that you want to keep in fiat anyway, you might actually also put some even more orders, like 71 cents, 66 cents, 61, 56, 51, 46, 41, 36, 31, and so forth and so on. Or maybe even like with a 2 instead of a 1 and like 7, you go like steps with 5 then still, but even a cent above it. And just layer your way down. It's just that you have to lock up the money, obviously, as it's going to buy it once we get to those areas. And sometimes, you don't have that much liquidity or you don't want to lock it up into buy orders, basically. But again, guys, our road right now, most logical is we're going to find some resistance here at about 91.5 cents. It sounds most logical. We're basically waiting for that to happen here, as we've already crossed our previous little resistance area here, which is basically our previous close throughout the last couple of hours. A little bit in the morning, 6, 7 a.m. at about 89.7 cents. We're already above it. So if logic proves, we're going to see this level get hit later today. Unless Bitcoin switches over and stocks turn over or something like that. But I don't really, it's Tuesday, so stocks can of course turn over. But I don't really see that happening in the medium term here. Since Bitcoin broke out, we're all extremely bullish. Let's see our likes. We are at, ooh, look at that. We are 225 likes. Little clap, everybody. Tattoo Gaming in the chat box. Jeffrey says, Dusty not a fan of the moon. I'm a fan of the moon. I like moon. Brian says, I don't understand. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see this actually. Let me see here. No, not completely, but okay. Brian says, I don't understand. When I click your Bybit link and register, it says, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You guys are saying, let me see. I don't understand. When I click your Bybit bonus link and register, it says the deposit blast off event has ended. Thank you for your participation. Do I have the wrong link open, guys? Let me see if I maybe have the wrong link. Can any of you guys confirm what happens if you press that link? Because maybe I've been sharing the wrong link the whole time. Could be. I don't really check it too often, to be honest with you. As I said before, I just think it's a juicy thing, but I'm not too involved in that sense. I'm not sure if I have the right or wrong link. Let me try to open it up. I'm not too sure what that's supposed to mean. 300 likes by end of stream, come on. I think we might, yeah, I want to hit 300 likes today, but I think we might actually go for more depending on what we find here in terms of news. We're going to kind of look up a little bit to see if we can find some crazy. The bonus is 3,000 if you click the link below. It should actually have an additional 0.5% on top of it, to be honest with you, because that's what my Bybit Connect tells me. Why did Solo dump? As people are getting rid of it now because they know the price is going to keep going up just before the airdrop. And some people, for example, buy, let's say, $10 million worth of Solo about 2 weeks ago. And then they actually sell that Solo a couple of days before the airdrop or the day of the airdrop or a little bit before it, because that's when the price will be the highest. And I expect, guys, that the moment the airdrop actually happens, that we're going to see the lowest price for Solo rather quickly. So if you are a person who's really tight on the money in that sense, make sure you're really careful with your Sologenic, that you really get rid of it as soon as possible after the airdrop or something along those lines. Like, be really quick and I guess adaptive in that sense, because, well, you might get screwed over if you're not quick enough. Just saying. Just letting you guys know about that, all right? Just warning y'all to be careful in that sense. I'm also going to, I guess, put up a normal link here. It's just my normal referral link for if you guys want to participate in some specific and special events that I do. Like, pretty shortly here, we're going to do another pretty big giveaway. Oh, look at this. This is beautiful. Matic, 10% up. Avex, 10% up. Luna, 10% up. These are cryptos that we were so excited about yesterday. That is beautiful to see. Bountiful. Beautiful. That is juicy. I always enjoy those types of moves, guys. I'm always really ecstatic whenever I see that. Oh. All right, let's put it in. Any idea why Velas pad is dumping? Very often we see those pads dump, which, by the way, is also not nice for me, by the way, because I still have money staked, so don't think it's like I like that stuff. It's because the bigger events are over. It's like the same. It's actually really closely related to what we're seeing with Sologenic. The reason why Sologenic will most likely dump right after the airdrop is because there's not that big an incentive to hold it anymore. With Velas pad, there's a couple of really big events coming up, but it's waves that it goes into. And so, obviously, that's kind of how it goes. It's like ups and downs relative to what you need the coin for. You're saying, take a look at Mana. It's on a breakout right now. We'll actually take a little bit of a look to see if Mana is indeed breaking out like you say. We know Bitcoin is breaking out, so altcoin season is literally, for right now, around the corner, so to speak. So let's quickly take a look at XRP to BTC. It did break out as expected as well. I told you guys this, right? While we were basically closing in, there's no more room for XP to BTC to go down. We did break out, was pretty nice. However, we are coming back down today because Bitcoin is also picking back up the pace. Let's take a look at Mana. Mana to USDT or Mana Perpetuals. Let's go for, what is this exchange? Let's go for Mana to USDT on like Binance. There we go. Okay, so Mana is definitely not breaking out right now. Not in any way, shape, or form. So not exactly sure what you're talking about in that sense. RSI and price action are coming along in the exact same manner. I don't know exactly how you came to the conclusion that it's breaking out, though. Maybe. No, not really sure. Maybe a little bit, but not really. But maybe a little bit if you pull far enough. You can see a little bit of some, but I don't know. I don't know about that one, guys. There's not really any. I don't know about this one. It's not the most beautiful breakout just quite yet. Oh, you're talking short term, 1 to 5 minute volume run, okay? But I don't really trade that, to be honest with you, so I'm not too sure about that. It's also not too severe in terms of volume, to be honest with you, because, well, I mean. Yeah, no, I'm definitely not calling out this one. It could break out, by the way. It could be crazy for right now. It could be, but I'm not really sure exactly what we should be basing this upon. Yeah, definitely not. No. At least not in the way that I perceive it. Maybe if we actually draw in a couple of lines here on the 1 hour. But even then, we basically had the similar type of breakout a couple of days ago then. So today is not a spectacular day in that sense. Neither in volume. It's not that high relatively. Sandbox looks way better. Let's take a look at that. Sand to USDT. Oh, we should actually zoom out a little bit. Can we do that? It's actually, Sand is also trading sideways, like for real. And also, even though we can't indeed see that there's, theoretically speaking, a reversal, as we have lower lows being made, it's not really lower highs, right? As we are, theoretically speaking, still coming towards the downside, like we're closing in. So you can definitely say we are closing into a breakout that's about to happen, but it's hard to say. I guess only in the short term, like on the 1 hour, like you guys are saying, it looks pretty damn good for Sand, because this specific hour has been really bullish. I think that's also because Bitcoin just broke out, though, right? And it's finding its base. The last night was bearish, and this is basically last night, even though it's right now the 21st. This is the next, sort of the next moon, right? Where we had a pretty ridiculously low RSI. Even now, guys, I'm telling you all, RSI is one of the easiest indicators to trade. Whenever it goes below 30, I honestly think if you just pick up some of the crypto, most of the time it does that, you're honestly in a really good position. It's like really funny how good the RSI is if you match it up. And the reason people don't actually use RSI on its own is because it's a momentum indicator. So in theory, it can definitely just kind of be below 30 right now and kind of pick itself back up, but the price keeps going down. Like, for example, we saw right here, but the price actually hit a lower level. But in a bull run, like we are seeing right now, it is something that you can kind of attach to, because the moment it hits those deep levels, it is ridiculously oversold. And we saw it right there, and we're seeing it right now yet again. Pretty easy profit on that if we actually did buy via RSI. It's like 11% profit in like a day or so. Yeah. I guess Sand on its own is really volatile anyway, huh? Because this little small move, which looks like almost nothing, is a really big reversal in that sense. Like a 10% gain already in such a short amount of time. Thomas says, what are your predictions for XP if it wins/lose the SEC case? Thank you. I honestly expected at least like, I'm going to say as a base layer, I expect like $12 or so per XRP, but that's like a low level still. I think honestly that $12 per XRP is ridiculously low for like an end, medium term, whatever. Like 12, I also keep thinking, if it gets anywhere below that, I feel like I've wasted my time. Don't you guys feel like that a little bit too? If it doesn't go, oh wow, this is really beautiful, huh? If XRP doesn't break out above like 12, $15 or something along those lines, we've almost literally wasted our time here throughout this journey because we could have almost better bought anything else. It's like XRP should get a insane run here, and I do expect that to happen, though. I do honestly expect it to come to that, so I'm not really too worried about it. But I would say $12, $15 is like a base layer, and I do hope it's going to even go towards the 20, 25, $24. But that's like to be seen. Kare says, I cannot even think if my money multiplied by 12. I understand what you're saying. But I've had it so many times now that I guess we're spoiled, right? You guys understand how often I've made my money times 100 now? So I put in $100, let's say $500. I've had that multiple. I have had it so many times that I put in $500 and it goes times 400, 200, 100. It's been crazy. Yesterday down, today up, bro. You suck. What? Eyes gonna melt faces? What? John Doe says, I keep buying SGB, delegating, and holding. Good idea. I don't actually do anything with my SGB. I don't even know if I have it, to be honest with you. I'm not even sure if I have Songbird. Because not too sure about that. I'm also not sure who this guy is talking to. You can see this guy right here. Not sure if he's talking to me or if he's talking to somebody in the chat box. We are almost at 300 likes, by the way. You guys are amazing on that department. Let's see. James says, been waiting a long time for my coins to pop. Sitting on your hands can be numbing. It's the truth. It's obviously the truth. But that's the, I guess, fun part about crypto in the sense that we've been looking for some of the best methods to get ourselves some juicy gains while XRP is basically waiting to pop off for losses to fix. Honestly, that's the best thing to do. You should get yourself a little side stash where you keep your money in crypto that you can actually do some stuff whilst you're waiting. Yeah. And if you're wondering, by the way, why I made money here on our trade, our daily realized P&L, this is because there's a funding rate. And right now, the majority of people were going short. And so since the majority of people were going short and we went long, we actually make money because we are keeping the price intact. We're keeping basically the price on here close to the mark price, which is basically the price that the market has, so to say. Let's actually take a look at this right here. We have our own Ethereum analysis that we've seen from before, but let's see. This is 18 hours ago. The other one is like last week. Let's see. This guy has called out for a key support zone, a key demand zone for Ethereum right here. And he's saying, let's see. Price is at a significant support range, which is currently trading at about $3,800. If this important support is lost, price target will be in the range of $3,100 to $3,300. And if this support is not lost, the next important target will be $4,700. Follow other analysis, yada, yada, yada. And people are saying nothing yet. Okay. It's just basically calling out two different demand zones here for Ethereum, which I guess are valid. As far as I can now tell, it is indeed pretty valid. This makes a lot of sense, the way he's charting this out and actually putting it in. It makes a lot of sense for Ethereum. That's for Ethereum. So right now, we're basically finding ourselves some nice little support at about $3,700 or so for Ethereum. And we're basically closing in, right? Because we have a descending channel here, and there's almost no more room to grow as we have a dynamic key support he calls it out for. And we have our support zone as well. We, however, have some theoretical speaking resistance over here, but we're gonna I think mostly looking at almost every single crypto, it looks like we're gonna break out here on the short term for almost anything. It's like we had our small little breakout on Bitcoin. I think it's gonna pop off and kind of continue on here, but we're gonna see. Have you guys actually bought more XRP this entire month? Let me know in the chat box right now. And also, guys, if you haven't pressed that button yet, let's get to 300. I almost want to say 3,000. Let's get to 300 likes on this video. Can you explain the V-Launch process, please? I have no idea, my friend, to be honest with you. I haven't tried that myself, so I don't know. However, I did tell some of my friends to get into it, and a lot of them did get it. So I think it's a really simple process. Like, I think you just have to connect your Telegram or your Twitter. That's it. Let's see. How are you so confident on XRP out of interest? I guess because I understand what a lot of people don't, in the sense that the risk to reward is so good. Like, I'm not going to say that XRP is going to be the best performer right now. It's obviously true that if you buy some Mana or a Polygon, you might actually do better in the long term or medium term, short term, who knows? But what I do understand, I guess, is the fact that with XRP, we've had such a negative year. We got such a negative time, so to speak. So if logic suffices, wow, I got a little stutter right there. It seems logical to me that if we buy an asset that has been pressured so ridiculously much, hasn't gone on a run yet, the entire bull run where Ethereum went like quadrupling or whatever, Bitcoin also almost quadrupled and so forth and so on, and XRP stayed stagnant, hitting about half of its all-time high. It just seems logical that the moment that it does get some of the clarity, XRP, remember guys, was here before Ethereum was. It was number 2 in the crypto market caps. Ethereum came in and basically dethroned XRP for a little bit. But it was an ongoing battle for a long while. So I'm also thinking here, XRP should keep having this battle with Ethereum. And right now, guys, Ethereum is about 10 times, or actually 11 times the market cap that XRP is. So just do the math. 11 times 88 cents. That's just to fight the battle with Ethereum again. But then again, XRP actually has at some points had a higher market capitalization than Ethereum has. So once more, it's not that crazy if it actually gets above that level. But you should also realize, the moment that XRP gets its clarity, all cryptos are going to be pumping. So our multiplier of about 11 can easily be towards 14, 15 or so. And that's also why so many people call out for 20x gains or so, because a 12x multiplier or so is like a logical, easy impulse. Because if we have all-time high and we quadruple that, once more guys, we have about times, I guess, 14, 15 already. And it doesn't sound that crazy for a bullish run for XRP to get there if it doesn't have the SEC pressure on top of its head. So why am I bullish? Well, because that little story I've kind of told myself, and that's what I believe in. Is it going to happen 100% certainly? Obviously not. It can literally be so that because of the lawsuit, the price only goes to $2. Could be. But this is my thought process. This is what I think sounds fairly logical. And I just choose to believe in that. I choose to think that that's the way it's going to go. At the end of the day, we don't know for sure. So if you think another crypto is going to do better, get into it, guys. please do your own thing. But this is what I personally believe in. Then again, I'm also buying coins like Luna, AVAX, and see how those coins are popping off today. We also literally bought yesterday these 3 coins, Luna, AVAX, and Polygon, and today they're already up 10% again. We could have bought a freaking whole lot of coins, I guess, because even Sanda would not are up 10%. But I didn't really get into Metaverse coins this little last couple of hours, or last couple of days, I should say. Helium is also doing really crazy. Olympus, I don't even know what that's supposed to do. Huh. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's really, really crazy. And there's some gems coming up rather shortly here where I'll do another update video on those. But as you guys said, the whole Blue Zilla thing went down. Not exactly sure what that is, guys. I honestly don't know. As I said, I don't really have the insider information to tell you guys all the different ins and outs in that. I just found out, hey, a lot of those coins that launch in there are really big gems. So I try it. Works like a charm for the last couple of months. I'm sharing that information with you. But I don't know some of the ins and outs. You know, like some people ask me as if I'm customer support. I don't know some of that stuff. I just try to find as many good and juicy different things on how to make profit in crypto and I share. But that doesn't mean I have every single detail in here. I'm not a robot. I'm also a human being, guys. Just like you, I've just been doing a little bit more analysis, or I should say a little bit more research for a little bit longer than a lot of people watching. Doesn't mean I have all the information. All right, Lauren says, what do you think of Rose? I don't know that. Oasis Network partnered with Google and Facebook. I highly doubt that. Any crypto that ever says they're partnered with Google, I think they are either lying or they're talking about some partnership in a sense of, you know, like wherever Amazon is like AWS Cloud, they're using that. Oh, they're partnered up. Or a Google APY or something like that. Oh, they're partnered up. Same thing for Facebook. I really honestly doubt that many crypto companies, or if any, are officially partnered with Facebook or Google, specifically both of them. I highly doubt that. But all right. Thomas says, I think it'll start, or I will start selling my XP when it reaches $11 because it will reach the actual ETH market cap like it did in 2017. Then I'll follow the Fibonacci retracements, fingers crossed. Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. What other coins have you invested in recently? I told you guys, every single time I buy coins, I tell you guys about it. So if you just keep updating yourself with my videos, guys, you know every single coin I buy whenever I buy them most of the time. Crypto Seed says, bro, HBAR is backed by Google. Could be. Once more, in the sense that it could literally be so that that some companies have a partnership with Google or Facebook. But I don't think both, as I just said. And I don't, as I said just now, I don't think there's many. So specifically, if I haven't heard the name of the crypto, it's a small chance. It's still possible, though. At the end of the day, you can have a partnership for 1,001 reasons. But for the most part, if you see backed by Google, that might mean bought into by Google. A partnership with Google might be something else. It's the same thing as saying, well, yeah, Coinbase Ventures invests in a lot of different companies. So they're like Google Ventures, so to speak. Even into Ripple. Maybe even Google. I'm not sure if Google's invested in Ripple, but you guys get the drift, right? A lot of companies have invested into Ripple. Let's actually look it up. No, I want to know now. Doesn't mean they're actually partnered up. Let's see. Ripple company. Okay, let's see. Ripple Labs. Here we go. Let's see who invested into Ripple. Different strategic investors. Here, Google invested. Guys, Google invested into Ripple. Wow. That doesn't mean they're partners now. It just means Google Ventures invests in Ripple. Yeah? And that could be the exact same thing for HBAR. I'm not sure how HBAR and Thing are connected. Crypto Seeds also says, but you've seen how Google is on the Chainlink advisory board. Yes, obviously, I provide news every single day. If there's any news in that regard, there's a very good chance I know that, as I've covered it, I think, twice on the channel here by now. Let us see. Tinfoil Hat, I just answered your question already. Look, oh, okay, so Vital said, what other coins have you invested in recently? It's a little bit difficult to say, man. There's so many things I've invested in. But usually, as I said before, I just share them on the channel whenever I can. Santander, Standard Chartered, SBI, Accenture, Google Ventures, Andreessen Horowitz, which is actually kind of funny to think that Andreessen Horowitz is like on both sides of that with Ethereum and Ripple, obviously, but they were really early in that sense as well, huh? Really juicy on their part. Lightspeed Ventures, don't even know what they do. They also invested in Snapchat, Affirm. Wow. These guys are good, huh? And Bitcoin Opportunity Fund all the way back then. IDG Capital. Yeah. Crate Z. Let's see. Yes, Robert, this is my plan. Maybe I'm wrong. I won't find the top of the cycle, so I prefer to say earlier. The thing with the finding the top is I still need to make that Patreon video for it. Damn, I kept stalling it. Is if you're waiting for a top, first of all, usually it doesn't work like that because it's not simple. But also, if you're waiting for a top like that, then will you ever sell? It just depends on how bullish you are on crypto, to be honest with you. If you're extremely bullish on crypto, you don't ever need to go for a top because, like, why would you want to sell it in that sense? You just might want to sell for some necessities. But generally speaking, if I look at the majority of people around me, right, the majority of people have tens or potentially hundreds of millions of dollars. A lot of these guys have millions of dollars in fiat anyway. You don't need to sell crypto for any profit anymore. The only reason you might want to sell profit is to set gains in, but if you honestly made all your millions through crypto, you believe honestly in the future of crypto, what do you want to sell for? What's the purpose? To get more fiat? Then what? You have more fiat to invest more into crypto because crypto is the future, so to speak. So it just depends on how or what level of wealth you already are and what your goals are in life and whatnot. I have these discussions with people quite often, with people who are a little bit on a different scale, I guess. A lot of these guys, they think, oh yeah, I sold some crypto here, I sold some crypto there. Really nice. What do they do with that? Either buy maybe a car or something like that, or maybe invest in more crypto. If you can invest in more crypto, really nice, right? Taxes, it depends on where, because most of my friends live in Dubai, so there's not really that many taxes, obviously. So that little problem is, I guess, out of the way. However, I digress. Whoa, look at the little dump here happening, by the way. Coming right back down. Coming right back down to our previous little level here at about 89.15. Let us investigate. Little dumpy dump. No volume on that dump, though. Little reversal here. Hit our previous top. At least the previous close of earlier today. I'm going to make this one, let's make it just like really thick and red for right now. Let's make it really thin, I guess, because it doesn't make sense for it to be thick. That's what we're facing right now. I'm going to guess, right? That's our level we just hit. Just a previous little resistance here. I guess that we touched about twice. Making our triple top right there before coming right back down. Playing ping pong potentially, 87.7 cents. Before coming right back up, or what are we going to face? What are we going to see? Interesting how this bounced. We didn't hit. Did Bitcoin turn around? Let's quickly take a look at this, because I think most cryptos might be turning around for a little bit right now. Let's see Bitcoin. Let's see if Bitcoin reversed, because it did break out on the bigger form. Let us see. 1 day still looking pretty juicy. Let's see 5 minutes. Yeah, Bitcoin turned around. Bitcoin turned around. Oh my days. Guys, how freaking good are our supports and resistances drawn in? I have to look at that, boys and girls, and everything else. Look at that. Did we draw this in today? Guys, did we? I don't believe so. I don't believe we added anything to our Bitcoin chart, did we? Look at that. We are calling out these resistances and supports before they... Because this is what I keep telling you guys. Just focus on these levels and you'll look at that. Perfect reversal. Wow. That is spot on the money, huh? Right now, we have our EMA 50, closest little level of support. Bitcoin tanking a little bit after failing to break its previous resistance. Wow. That is beautiful. That is spot on. I'm even a little bit surprised at that. At the end of the day, guys, no professional, never claiming to be one. We just do our best to make the most amount of money in these types of scenarios. At the end of the day, things can always go exactly a different route. Right now, for example, wow, look at this, coming right back up. Doesn't have to last, by the way. You can still come back down. Yeah, as you can see now. People are trying to act right now at the 21. I'm guessing the 21 EMA, as we're basically finding some support at that. Coming right back down. It's going pretty hard here, by the way. Next most important level, 50 EMA. And the next most important, of course, the 200 EMA. As we have no resistances or other lines drawn in right here. What an interesting little endeavor. Bitcoin breaking up. I mean, breaking to the upside. Short term is breaking down. Again, it doesn't have to mean anything, right? Because this is like a couple of hours ago where we had the exact same thing happening. So it doesn't mean anything. We'll just have to see how this is going to... It just reacted to another important resistance here. Coming right back down before potentially basing a bottom and coming right back up. We'll have to see how this moves. Let's see. Dusty, when are you next back in Dubai? I actually just left Dubai today, or I guess yesterday officially. So I'll be back, I don't know, next week. I don't know. What seems fun to me? We'll see what I do. Dusty, why does Bitcoin get dumped at 4 p.m. so often? Not sure about that. What 4 p.m.? Sultan says, it look for the 618 if it holds. Let's see. This is actually a 5-minute chart, though. I can put some fibs in this, but I don't think... Do you guys ever do that? You can do it for fun, but I've never really looked or respected any fibs in that sense. I don't think this holds true too dearly, to be honest with you. I don't think people actually look at the 5-minute chart to trade. But maybe. Maybe people do. Got a little reversal there. Still, by the way, hovering at this 21 EMA. You can see the bodies don't actually close below there. We're still finding some support at that. Really? You can see, we're still... hovering at that level. Really peculiar. That's such an important level at that point as well, huh? I guess we are hovering along with it, yes. For the last little bit, we've been basically finding it as support here for a little while. Last couple of hours, I guess. Real John Doe coming up with $2 saying, love the channel. I'm still poor, but thank you. Why do you put that in, my friend? How do I get that chart you're watching, Blood? So you go to... let me see, 1 second. Okay. You go to tradingview.com. That's where I go. I think there's a link down below. I'm not sure. Should be a link. Maybe not. Just go to tradingview.com and you'll find it. Should actually put a link down there because if people actually buy what is it called? The subscription, I get, I think, even 10%. And even though it's not really going to do anything, it's just $30. Still a free month. That's also a funny thing, man. I sometimes am pity about that type of stuff. I'm like, oh, I have to renew my subscription for this thing. I'm not even sure how much it costs. I always buy it at Black Friday. Purely because saving money is always good. Even though you might have so much money you can never count it again. It's always good to save money whenever you can on this type of stuff. Unless you want to support the business, but I don't necessarily want to support this business in that sense, you know? They want to sell something to me. Guys, let's see if we can get the likes above the amount of people watching. That would be pretty funny. Right now we have 363 people watching, 330 likes. Let's get the likes to about 365. So we've actually crossed that. So for all the people that are watching right now, make sure you press that like button. This will be pretty funny. We've had in total 7.6 thousand plays on this video, which basically means about maybe 4,000 views or so, something along those lines. Pretty crazy. That's really good on a stream of mine. I really enjoy that. That's amazing. But I want to close today. My goal of today was to get about 500 likes. I don't think we're going to reach that. But I do think we might actually hit today at about 400 likes, which still could be amazing. And we're almost crossing that. Let's see. Buy physical gold with XRP profits. Some people say that's a good thing. Some people say, well, there's not necessarily at this point, limited supply of gold, at least not that we know of just quite yet. We know there's a limit for Earth, but we don't know what is out there, and we don't know anything about that, so I'm not too sure what to say on that regard. Do you have any, I don't know, not exactly sure what this is. Dusty, did you hear about the core token? No, I do not know. You're talking about Trustline. Anything in regards to XRP airdrops, I think 99% of them are not good. I think the majority of them are scams trying to steal your money. Not literally, but they're trying to make you buy or do something in that sense to increase their own bags. I don't think the majority of them are bad. What is this supposed to be? I have no idea what that is. Bearable Boy has been pitching it for a long time. That doesn't mean it's I don't know. Is margin trading the same as leverage trading? Yes. Let us see what this is. I'm going to type it in. Okay, so what you're talking to me about, it could be something good, could definitely be, but it seems like it's like a promotional thing. So it seems like they hit you up to, yeah, could be a legit thing. But it always feels to me when I see those types of projects that they are paid to talk about it. Again, no hard feelings or anything like that, because I mean it does look really legitimate. Maybe they'll pay me to talk about it. I'll shill it to you guys. I always put a little thingy on the top though, guys. So if you're wondering, I sometimes have promotions on the channel. I do, but there's always a little banner that says this is like a on the top left. You'll see what I mean. You'll see pretty shortly when I bamboozle you with all these ads. No, you'll see always at the left top. There's like a little banner of there's a sponsored product placement or something like that, just to make sure that people are on board and understand. Okay. Got ourselves a little. This is also like this. If you just keep watching this, guys, you'll go nuts after a couple of hours. If you keep watching the 5-minute chart, you'll go insane. To be honest with you, this is so to make yourself go crazy. Every single time you think, "Oh, now it's gonna happen. Now it's gonna happen." Who knows? All right? Who knows when on the short term like this is gonna happen? The little reversal for the Bitcoin. No, you're really doing yourself no real good, only harm. Minte says, when do you think is the most realistic time when Ripple settlement happens? I guess in half a year or so. But that's also really difficult to spot, my friend. Real John Doe says, Mamadi, you can, but it's smart to take your money and run if you're a good profits. Leverage can get you wrecked in a dip. It's indeed true. With leverage, you got to take your money out every here and there, unless you have a longer position open with some, I guess, lower leverage, or you want to keep it open for the big gains. Well, I connect something. I'm not sure exactly what that was. What I mean with that is sometimes look at the RSI in this regard as well, by the way. We could have actually caught this reversal as well. Look at that RSI. That is insanely high. But here's another example of why a high RSI sometimes is a really juicy thing. But at the end of the day, it doesn't have to spell anything about the further future. And this is all within one day, right? You can see here that if you actually were like, oh, let me open a crazy short position, could have worked for a little bit. Could have actually made some nice profit of about 1% in that sense, times 10, 15 or something like that. But generally speaking here, a little bit later, we actually broke out even further. Okay, let's see if we're going to get respected by the 50 EMA as expected, or if we're going to kind of cross below that without any effort. Keep in mind, guys, this is a short term, right? This is a 50 EMA on a 5-minute chart, so it doesn't necessarily have to say, whoa! Once we crossed that level, we went pretty quickly. Oh, that was fast. That was really fast. Wow. Coming right back to its 21 EMA on the 15-minute chart, that is. Oh, that was really crazy. We still have not hit our previous lows, though, from this little... This is not really anything too severe, but we're basically seeing some upward sloping lows here, potentially. Let's see how this is going to come along. 5-minute chart is a roller coaster ride. Indeed, my friend. Indeed. Minte says, do you think 70-30 is a good rule when taking profits? Sell 70% and leave 30% wondering on your opinion. No, I don't. Again, everybody's situation is different, my friend. So I cannot tell you if anything like that is a good thing or a bad thing. Like for example, I never sell my crypto because I have, I guess, enough income in a sense as well where I don't need to. And I don't think I necessarily want to take the risk of selling and having to buy back cheaper. I just rather keep it in there because I know the general direction is upwards. Unless I see, for example, a point like $69,000 per Bitcoin where I did sell some because I'm thinking, well, it's just a perfect top. But usually I just like to trade with leverage at those points because then, I don't know, I feel like that's a better thing for me. I could just use my dollars, USDT, to trade those levels and make money or loss. But I don't... Basically, since my base pair is cryptocurrency, whenever I sell for dollars, the only reason I do that is to buy more crypto. So at a lot of points, it's not worth the risk. But that's also because I don't need fiat anymore. Like, I have enough US dollars in that sense to do whatever you want to do. It's just about getting more and more crypto to build more wealth. And I guess, even if I want to buy something like a watch, for example, in Dubai, you can basically buy anything with crypto if you want to. So you don't really need anything in the fiat sense, except for maybe like your house. Even the car, Crypto just bought his McLaren Senna, 1.2, I think $1.1 million, just with USDT, I think. I don't remember exactly. I think it was USDT. So from that perspective, well, you don't really need to sell too much. You might want to, for some personal reasons, to maybe buy a property or so, but that's just different perspectives, right? And different things that you might want in your life. I don't really think that's my own thing, but maybe eventually I'll change my mind, so who knows. But so I don't have any any particular good things for you. Let's see if we're already... Oh, we're getting close to 400 likes. I really want to hit that today, which I think we're going to do, though. Let's see on my own phone as well how many views we've been at. Because that's a fun thing. You might look at this and be like, oh, we got... This says, like, plays, basically. We got 8,500 plays. Is that views? It's not. It's a fun little thing. It's not views. It doesn't work like that. It is, let's see here. We officially have, in total, about... I cannot view it. Never mind. Okay, I should just look for Breakout. We got 3.8 thousand views on this stream. And it says 8.5 thousand plays. It's just because people sometimes refresh and whatnot. I'm not exactly sure why there's such a big discrepancy. Still 4,000 views, though, is still a lot of views. So, I mean, I'm still happy. I'm still pretty amazed by that. Yeah, and I also like the chat. But there's also a big difference between streaming, in my opinion, and making a video. Because with the stream, I can always look back at what you guys are saying, and I think that's really funny. I don't know. It has some more like a personal feel to it. It's like more. It feels more important. It feels more real than making a video. But like making a video is like I'm like a monologue. Here's like a dialogue, right? We're gonna bounce off the 21 EMA on the 15-minute chart. Doesn't look like it. I'm facing some support at that area. Really interesting how we had such a nice reversal though at our resistance level. Let's also refresh this. I want to see, yeah, a lot of people are changing up now, huh? Because this is, by the way, sometimes it's a live profit feed. So very often this changes up rather quickly. And also, if there's a new coin launching on the Bybit Launchpad, I'll get it to you guys. At least I'll make an update and tell you guys exactly why or what's going on with those. Because every single one of them that's launched thus far has been crazy profitable. And one of the annoying parts, I guess, is that in IZI, I wasn't actually able to buy in because I forgot to press the button because it changed from Dubai time to another European time. But pretty shortly here, guys, a lot of cool stuff is coming up on the channel. More profitable ways and whatnot, as I am investing in a lot of different things that I'm going to be sharing as much as I can. Please look at Velospad, bud. Tinfoil hat, I told you guys before, no. There's nothing I can do in regards to that. I have no idea what is going to happen. I just have those coins. I've held those coins. I'm buying whenever something comes on there, period. What the price does, I don't really care. I'm thinking of a strategy to potentially buy more to actually stake again, but I haven't thought of anything like that, so I don't know. And this question, you figure this out, my friend. It's relatively simple, so I'm not sure exactly what to tell you. It's like the same thing for any other country. Just do some research. Don't ask somebody about that stuff. Let's see. Why are we live? Any new developments or the same stuff? Thanks. Depends on how you view it. I mean, we had a literal important crypto update regarding the price. Why else? Because it's fun. I don't know. I enjoy this. I think it's pretty cool to do. Let's see what else. Do you run a Gala node? No. I don't run any Gala node. 5-minute chart is roller coaster. Indeed, it is. That's pretty funny. All right, let's put this to the side. I think we're almost at... Yeah, I just wanted to hit 400 likes, and I was like, good. Then I've done my duty for today, you know? All right, let's again do one little check here in the chat box. XRP or any other crypto. Like, what is your favorite crypto if you could only pick one? Would it be XRP, VeChain, Bitcoin, XLM, Luna, AVAX? Pick a crypto. Let's see in the chat box. It's also sometimes fun to look at. Dusty, remember back in August when XP was pumping? You were singing Pump It Up. Hilarious. That was fun. I find it even more fun, my friend, because XP was pumping. You know, the singing, okay, part, but that was also when the lawsuit was really interesting, though. Like, right now, we're mostly waiting with updates. Not really too severe anymore. And isn't it also funny how my audience is really mostly XRP? XDC, I'm also really bullish on that. I do like that crypto quite a lot. I don't cover it as often because the news is not that severe. There's not that much to cover. But XDC is also really juicy crypto indeed. How's that one coming along? Let's quickly just take a little bit of a sip on how XDC price is performing. Oh, it's not. Is it not on? Wait a minute. What am I doing? Is XDC not on Binance? I didn't even know. Huh? I didn't know it wasn't on Binance. I'm like a little bit confused right now. Is XDC not on Binance? Really? Huh. Really? I'm confused. I didn't know about that. It's actually a pretty nice downtrend in that sense. We haven't had any breakout like that. It's actually not looking too beautiful in that sense. It's not on Binance, really. Oh. H bar. H bar also one of my. This is funny as well. We're like, sometimes a lot of people in the comment section are like the same person as I am. We're like, we have the same interest in crypto or so. We have the same opinions in that sense. H bar had a nice little reversal here, really beautiful in that sense. Comparison to XDC is looking way more bullish. Binance in Dubai, I saw it. I saw the announcement just now. CZ made an announcement in that sense. What is your favorite coin? I would have to say, in terms of risk to reward and anything like that, it's still XRP for right now. But it's I guess, yeah, I'm a hypocrite if I don't answer, huh? I would say it is really difficult to say because I, of course, do so much research about so many crypto that I do think it's always important to have many different cryptos in your portfolio. Solana is always really good in that sense. Quant, or XDC Quant, I always put in there. VeChain I always put in there. Chainlink I always put in there. Avix and Luna is like are like one and the other. It's like it's a 50-50 split for me all the time. I don't know one or the other. I don't know which one is necessarily better. I guess they're like the same. XRP is always in that list. Polygon Matic is always in that list. HBAR is always in that list. And then there's Metaverse coins, I think, are a little separate entity, but yeah, I always like to fill bags of a list. TRX, I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say anybody to get some TRX. I still have my own, but I'm not necessarily sure this is like the best one to go for. I'd rather say maybe a BTT, a BitTorrent. Like, I wouldn't be able to tell you right now, for example, what's going on with TRX. I honestly don't know. And I'm also pretty heavy on HBAR in terms of how much I hold of that. Casper, I don't have. A lot of you guys keep talking about it in the chat box, but I don't know too much about it. VeChain, yeah, VeChain is one of my best. VeChain has been one of my best investments ever. I think Cardano has been my most profitable next to Ava. Digibyte, I have some Digibyte. Not too excited about that right now, short term. Digibyte used to be really good last couple of months. Not been too great in terms of updates. But at Digibyte, I do have a good stash of that. EOS, I dropped. I still have EOS, but I don't support the project anymore. I think they're turning into a really bad show, so to speak. EOS, not too excited about. Algorand, yeah, definitely. Really good. Really good. Algorand does not let people down either. They're really good on the updates in that sense as well. So that's definitely high up there. ZLQZAA, last couple of weeks, been kind of down low. ZLQZAA, I've not bought for a couple of weeks, maybe months even now. So again, if we're talking about the short term, ZLQZAA, not too excited. Longer term, ZLQZAA is a solid project, and it is always going to keep having a spot in my portfolio. What about XR Doge? Let's not do that little battle again. I finally got rid of all the trolls, the XR Doge people. Hopefully, never again. Sia Coin don't have. Please pray for BTT. I haven't bought any BTT in months as well, but I do still hold onto it. KDA, I also still hold as well. APRA or ARPA, not sure what that is supposed to be. KDA, I'm wondering what's going on with that coin. It had a really big surge all of a sudden in like popularity, and it came right back down because it's such a strange crypto. Solo, I'm not really too bullish about because it's way overvalued. ICP, I don't like ICP whatsoever. I think it's really bad crypto. I guess the new ICP that's coming along, or maybe it's already come along, could be cool. The ICP 2 or whatever it's called. But ICP, the first version was so bad. It's like really, really bad. Casino Coin, don't hold, don't care about that whatsoever. AVEX and Luna are on my same list, are always good. HNT, I'm not going to lie, I haven't really updated myself with what the coin does. Because I see it pump every single time, but I don't honestly know why or what exactly is making that pump. Curve and Atom. Atom Cosmos is definitely a good crypto. It's got a couple of weird parts about it in the sense of how it's built, so I'm not exactly sure what the longevity in that sense is, but I do have it. Curve, I don't really have any of, but a couple of my YouTube friends, like Stock Guru, for example, are really bullish on Curve, and they keep telling me to buy it, but I don't have that much of it, to be honest with you. Polkadot, I've told you all before, is one of the best cryptos in terms of scarcity. It's true cryptocurrency that just launched 5 parachain slots, or they just launched 5 parachains basically. So obviously it's in a really good position now, Polkadot. Somebody says, why do you diss X or Doge, mate? What happened? There's no what happened. If you're buying into X or Doge, honestly, buying into it, you better get out of my chat box right now. If you're holding on to it because you got it for free, that's fine. You do you, right? And if you made money off of that, I really hope you did. I really hope you do. I wish you the best. But if you're actually buying that crypto with the anticipation of saying, hey, this is a good token that's going to help the world out, please get out of my chat box because we're not on the same page right now. Honestly, as I said before, if you're only into crypto for just making some quick money and scamming people, I don't want to be involved with you at all. It's only if you think, hey, this is going to change people's lives for the better and we'll make money along the way in that sense, good. Or if you can make money off a joke in that sense because you all understand it's a joke, well, okay, also good. But in the X or Doge sense, the community, I think a lot of these guys are not understanding, though, in the sense that it's literally made just to make money on unsuspecting people because of a hype. Yeah, and like Andrew says, I exchanged my X or Doge for XP, boom, free money. Very good, very nice to hear. IOST, haven't talked about in a very long while. Web3 token, not too sure about that actually. Some people have called that out in the chat by saying about a Web3 token, but I don't know anything about a Web3 token. Because I know Web3, but even then, some people, there's some things about that. ETN, I've dropped. I used to be one of the biggest ETN bulls in the past. I've dropped that altogether. Crow, I have a lot of it. Hey, we hit 400 likes. Very good. Grim said it. Grim37. Big shout out to you, my friend. That's good. Really good. That was my goal for today. Let's see. Let's see. IOST, I've kind of dropped as well. Blocktopia, pretty excited about that. But that's my metaverse little bag. My metaverse bag is completely separate. Because, I don't know. They're like a separate bag. And I think Lovelace also falls in that metaverse bag. ETN, I've dropped this. Crow falls under my exchange token bag, which is just buy them and keep them. Generally speaking, if they're good exchanges, they'll become worth more. So I definitely think if you're buying Crow, it's a good one. Yeah. Rashid says, can I buy more Crow at the current price? I honestly think it's not a bad idea, to be honest with you. I have those. And again, the majority of these metaverse coins you talk about, guys, just keep watching my channel. I make so many updates on what metaverse coins I'm bullish on to. I just recommend you guys to subscribe to the channel for more of those crypto updates. Here I'm just calling out a couple of different coins that I hold and that I'm excited about. Man just ignores Gala. I don't know too much about Gala. Let's see what it is. I don't talk about Gala on the channel. I think I've only talked about it maybe once, ever. There's not too many updates in that regard as well. And I sometimes am wondering why the coin is going up this much, because I don't see any developments in like the major news stories. So I'm not too sure about why Gala is so exciting to people. Let's quickly see. Gala Games aims to take the gaming industry in a different direction by giving players back control of the games. Gala Games' mission is to make blockchain games you actually want to play. Yeah, this sounds pretty good, not gonna lie. Sounds really good. It's not bad. Project wants to change the fact that players can spend hundreds of dollars on in-game assets and countless hours spent playing the game, which could be taken away from them with the click of a button. It plans to reintroduce creative thinking into games by giving players control of the games and in-game assets with the help of blockchain tech. Not exactly sure how they're going to do that, but I guess that's what the crypto is for, right? Players can now own NFTs and influence the governance of games within the Gala gaming ecosystem. Not bad. Not bad at all. Not sure exactly how good they're going to do in that sense, obviously, because it's an NFT-centered ecosystem, I guess. But this is the guys from Vox. Yeah, I already thought so. Yeah, not bad at all, guys. Not bad at all. Gala is definitely something I can stand behind in that sense. I'm not running any nodes, though. In return, receivers can receive rewards like Gala, limited edition NFTs, and other opportunities. Gala node ecosystem consists of a triple proof node system, proof of work, proof of stake, and proof of storage. Okay. Which are tier 1 nodes based on 50,000 fully owned NFTs. Pooh! NFTs these are early supporters of the network, yeah, and will receive NFTs from all subsequent games in Gala allocated to their nodes. That is an expensive little game to play, but okay. A lot of information right there. Gala Games is trading at around 2 cents as of August 2021. Ho, ho, ho! Gala did really amazing in that sense then, huh? I guess with the metaverse boom, or what? What made it do so amazing? Yeah, I guess the metaverse boom really made it excel. Yes, Gala is a juicy one. Any other requests? What crypto should we talk about just quickly here? Let's see. Atlas, I talked about it many times. XDC, talked about just now even. We like that. Discord channel is free or monthly price? Discord is free. Telegram, Discord are free completely. Ryoshi token, not excited about that. Gall is a good buy. It seems pretty good still. Farm stars their bigger game now. Okay, I've actually not really been into the actual gaming on top of these metaverse crypto. Now, I've heard for example, that some people have got entire teams on Axie and whatnot. I've never played the game. I don't even know how it works. Phantom. Ooh, there's a whole different story I want to talk about when we talk about Phantom. It's like I have so much to talk about here, man. Maybe we should do a different stream for all that stuff. We got close to 500 likes, guys, for this stream. Somebody just became a member, I see. I don't see him in the chat box just quite yet, but I see somebody became a member. Beholgwin. Welcome to the freaking channel, my friend. He did not write anything. But again, it could also be that he's actually watching a different video and actually just became a member, because I think it still shows up here if they do it that method. Well, welcome if you're watching, indeed. We did get close, all right? We did get close. I do appreciate you guys all stopping by and saying hi. We've been streaming for 1.5 hours, though, guys. I'm going to cut it short here. I want to talk about a couple of different crypto, but I think maybe we'll do that later today or in the next stream that I do. Oh, B. Holgwin is in the chat box. He is in the chat. Welcome, my friend. Welcome to the channel. You are amazing. Wonderful person. All right. Because what I'm thinking of doing, maybe, guys, is getting you guys a update today on the Sologenic airdrop, then talking about all the billionaires and what I think about that. And if you guys have any ideas still, I might go for, or any questions still, I might go for like a second stream today, if you guys want that. So maybe we'll do that, but I'll announce it a couple of minutes or at least like half an hour up front or so. So make sure you tune back into the channel every here and there, because sometimes, guys, you don't get a notification when I post something. So you definitely want to just kind of, just sometimes refresh my channel to see if you didn't miss something. Beholgwin says, any thoughts on CoinExpad? I guess it's a launch pad, the way in which you're saying it right now. Let me type it in for you, because you just became a member. So I got you. I'm seeing it's a launch pad. Is it BlueZilla launch pad as well? Let me quickly see that, if it's also a BlueZilla launch pad or what it is. Let me see here, the website, because I don't know too much about it, but that doesn't mean it's not good. Okay, never mind. This one doesn't have the most beautiful website in that sense either. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, if it's not a BlueZilla pad, then be wary of it. It's looks a little bit sketchy, but it can also work, honestly, because every single freaking company right now is launching a launch pad. I honestly I was thinking about launching one before, but then Crypto Mo and Crypto came up to me and said, hey, we're launching one ourselves. I was like, then I'll not go for it. But now looking at this, I'm thinking as well, launch pads are such a juicy way to make money, man. It's so freaking amazing. So, yeah, at the end of the day, I don't know anything about it, but I wouldn't necessarily be bullish about the crypto, but staking it and getting the rewards from that is one of the most juicy things out there. So, yeah. All right, guys, that was it for today's stream. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press that like button and maybe subscribe to the channel for more of these. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto video later today. If you guys have any requests for what type of crypto videos you'd like to see, just let me know in the Discord or Telegram. No, just go into the Telegram and let me know in there. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto update later today.